Today we're going to talk about the applications of derivatives in business field, and our focus are marginal cost, marginal revenue, and marginal profits. In order to get a very good understanding on this topic, let's look at the key terms first. The very key term is marginal. Marginal means instantaneous rate of change, and therefore it means the derivative. So whenever a question asks you to find the marginal of something, find its derivative. And recall that in advanced functions, we have learned that revenue is the product of the number of units sold and the price. And the profit is equals to the revenue minus the cost. Beware of small p and big P, they are different. Small p means price, while big P means the profit. Okay, let's look at the first example question. The first question says, a company sells 1,500 movie DVDs per month and the price is $15 each. Market research has shown that the sale will decrease by 125 DVDs per month for each increase in price of $0.5. So let's determine the demand or price function. When they didn't specify anything at the back, it means that this price function must be determined in terms of X, which means the number of units sold, instead of the number of increase in price. So let's see how to solve this problem. Whenever you see questions related to cost, revenue, and profit, the first thing you do is jot down the informations that the question gives you. Write a table here. And for price, we have the information is initially $15 each, and then it increased $0.5 each time the increase. N means the number of increase in price. And then for the number of units sold, initially it was 1,500 movie DVDs, and then it decreased 125 movie DVDs every time you increase the price. Therefore, we have these two informations. So somebody asked me, why can't we just stop here and use this as the price function? And it is done. Because it is expressed in terms of N, not X. The question say X because they didn't specify. Therefore, Pn is equals to 15 plus 0.5n, and X is equals to 1,500 minus 125n. And then let's make n as the subject, so we shift everything to the left, so it becomes 100. So it becomes x minus 1,500 over negative 125. N will be equals to 1,500 minus x over 125. And then substitute the n into the price function. Then we can convert it in terms of x. Over 125. Then distribute it. 15 plus 0.5 times 1,500, which is 750, minus 0.5x over 125. Then price function is equals to, let's simplify it, do the algebra. So 6 minus 0.5 divide 125, which is 0.004x. And then further simplify it, 15 plus 6 is 21 minus 0.004x. This is the price function. So this is the answer. Let's shift it here. That's all. So now let's look at the second question. Determine the marginal revenue when sales are 1,000 DVD per month. So let's look at this question. It says find the marginal revenue. Marginal means derivative, therefore find a derivative of the revenue function. However, we don't have the revenue function yet. We only have the price function with respect to the number of units sold. So now we have to make a revenue function first, and we know the price function. We know the price function, and then you know that revenue is equals to the number of units sold times the price function. Therefore, R of X will be equals to X and then the price function substituted. Then you just have to expand it, distribute it, 21x minus 0.004x squared. Okay, now it says find the marginal revenue. Therefore, R prime of X, find the derivative, 21 minus 0.008x. Then it says find the marginal revenue when the sales are 1,000 DVD. Therefore, substitute 1,000 into the marginal revenue function. Then you will find the answer. R prime of 1,000 equals to 21 minus 0.008 times 1,000, which is 13. This means that the revenue increases $13 per unit sold at or when the sales are 1,000 DVDs. So let's shift the answer to the question paper as well. Oops, shift it here. So R prime of 1,000 is equals to 13. Okay, let's look at the third question. The third question says if the cost of the DVD is C of X equals to negative 0.004x squared plus 9.2x plus 5,000, what's the marginal cost C? That means derivative of cost when the production is 1,000. Therefore, find the derivative of cost first. So you know that cost function is equals to negative 0.004x squared plus 9.2x plus 5,000, and find C prime of X, which is equals to negative 0.008x plus 9.2, and then C prime of 1,000 because it says when the production is 1,000 DVD. So 0.008, substitute 1,000 plus 9.2. C prime of 1,000 is equals to negative 0.008 times 1,000 plus 9.2. This will be 1.2. Therefore, this means that the cost increases 1.2 dollars per unit sold when the production is 1,000 DVDs. Okay, so let's shift the answer again. C prime of 1,000 is equals to 1.2. Last, determine the profit function and the marginal profit when sales are 1,000 DVDs per month. So now, we don't know the profit function yet. Therefore, we have to find it first. We know that profit is equals to revenue minus cost. Therefore, we need to use the revenue function we found just now, which is 21x minus 0.004x squared, and then minus the cost we found just now. It is given by the question. It was negative 0.004x squared plus 9.2x plus 5,000. And then just have to expand it, simplify it. 21x minus 0.004x squared plus 0.004x squared minus 9.2x minus 5,000. And then simplify it. 21x 0x squared minus 9.2x minus 5,000, and then profit function equals to 21 minus 9.2, which equals to 11.8x minus 5,000. And then find the marginal profit. So marginal profit is equals to 11.8, which is a constant. Therefore, marginal profit when your number of units sold is 1,000 is still 11.8 because it is constant all the time. That's why this means that the profit increases $11.8 per unit sold at this instant. And then let's shift the answer again. P prime of 1,000 is equals to 11.8. That's all for this example. Now let's look at the second example. Okay, let's look at this question. An ice cream shop sells 100 chocolate flavored ice cream cakes per month at a price of $50 each. A customer survey indicates that for each $1 decrease in price, sales will increase by 5 cakes. So the first sub-questions of the example is determine the revenue function based on the number of price decrease. Therefore, it means that it is in terms of the number of price decrease, in terms of N, not in terms of X, because it says based on number of price decrease instead of based on the number of units sold. Therefore, you have to find revenue function in terms of N. And you know that it is still the number of units sold times the price function. Let's look at the information given by the question first. Same thing. One is about price and the other is about number of units sold. And so for price, it says that initially it was $50. However, every time you decrease by $1. And then for numbers of units sold, initially it was 100 chocolate cakes. And then every time you decrease the price, it increased by 5 cakes. Therefore, just have to multiply them, then you will find the revenue function. 100 plus 5n multiply the price. 50 minus n. This is the revenue function. Let's look at the second question. Determine the marginal revenue function. Marginal derivative of the revenue function. Therefore, find the derivative. Equals to, use product rule, uv prime plus v prime u. Sorry, u prime v plus v prime u. So, let's look at this. U is 100 plus 5n, while v is 50 minus n. So, u prime will be 5, v will be 50 minus n, plus v prime will be negative 1, u will be 100 plus 5n. And then expand and simplify it. 250 minus 5n minus 100 minus 5n. And then r prime of n will be 150 minus 10n. That's where you get your marginal revenue function. So the answer is r prime of n is equals to 150 minus 10n. Okay, that's all for today. So it is very easy. I hope it helps you. Thank you.